Sell the Transformation, Overcoming Limiting Beliefs, Part 1. So this is Part 1 in a multi-part series. In the ever-evolving world of sales, success is often determined not only by one's skill set, but also their mindset. At the heart of this transformative journey lies the pivotal concept of limiting beliefs. These subtle yet powerful self-imposed constraints can silently sabotage sales professionals, their potential, and preventing them from achieving true greatness. So we're going to go over limiting beliefs. Before we get into this, we're going to look at what shapes our beliefs. And this is just the first part in, again, a multi-part series of what selling the transformation looks like. So what shapes our current thinking? We are born with a blank slate, a clear mind, yet our minds are filled with inputs consciously and unconsciously as we get older. These inputs then form our current thinking and worldview as time passes. Our thinking or cognition is influenced by various factors throughout our lives, and these factors shape our perceptions, beliefs, attitudes, decision-making processes, etc. They certainly have an effect on the way we do business, the way we interact with our family and friends. So this is obviously more of a business setting. So we're going to go over just generally, though, what factors influence our thoughts. So number one, biology and genetics. If someone is genetically predisposed to be a little bit more anxious than not, that's going to come through if you're not aware of it. And then you take steps to kind of work through it. Number two, early childhood experiences. Perhaps you were lucky enough to have a mother who told you how amazing you were, held you accountable, taught you principles of and qualities of treating people well, like kindness, compassion, empathy, etc. And that then transformed you as you became more of an adult into an incredible salesperson. Cultural and social norms. This social norms can be you have to go to college, and by a certain age, you have to get married by another age, and then by another age, you have to have kids. So this is an example of social norms that certainly kind of influence how we interact with the world. Education can kind of take maybe Christopher Columbus as an example, looking at him as a hero as a kid because you get a day off. And then as you get older, maybe you read The People's History of the United States by Howard Zinn and realize that perhaps he isn't the man you thought he was. Life experiences. We're just going to kind of go through these. Social and peer influences. They say that you become who you're around, especially in terms of earnings. Apparently you earn as much as I think it's your 5 closest friends. So media, technology, books, really what you're inputting into your mind. Are you reading the news every morning? Are you watching the news before bed? If so, you probably wake up depressed. Obviously, it's good to know what's going on, but this is, again, kind of what's influencing you. Trauma, life events. I myself went through trauma as a kid. Took years of therapy and working through professionally to really become a much better person and a way better version of myself. And this not only affected me personally, but also professionally. So, and I continue to work through it today. Religion, spirituality can be another one. Economic status. If you're always comparing yourself to your neighbors, if you live in a nice neighborhood, if you're lucky enough, you may feel that you're inept or not enough, or that you never have enough. This could be something that kind of influences how you think. Physical health, mental well-being, where we live. So all of these affect our predispositions to certain things in our thoughts, our beliefs. And in sales, you may have to, if you weren't privy to a perfect life, you may have to unlearn a good amount of these things. So Mark Twain once said, education consists mainly in what we have unlearned. So this goes for sales too, and business. So really, you have to ask yourself, do your current beliefs or self-beliefs serve you? Is it healthy for me to think this way? Is it in line of thinking? Is this line of thinking helpful to my personal or business career? So oftentimes what we're going to do, which would be helpful, would be good to do, is to reframe your beliefs into healthy ones that serve you. So this is from the cognitive behavioral therapy from the Office of Los Angeles. This image, and it's a common one, is our thoughts create feelings, our feelings create behavior, and our behavior reinforces our thoughts. This can also be taken into a business setting. So, for example, if you're continuously thinking I'm terrible at sales, and then you don't make a sale, it's going to become a self-fulfilling prophecy. The same goes then for on the positive side. If you put in the work, this is assuming you're putting in the work and you're developing your skills. And then the third aspect would be your thought process. I'm incredible at sales. I'm incredible at business. I'm incredible at HR. I'm incredible about wherever I work. And then you make a sale, or you sell your business for a lot of money over the course of 10 years, or you get promoted in HR. Whatever, the feedback loop is going to be positive. And this is probably going to keep going, keep going, keep going. So sales and business especially is a constant mirror of how we think of ourselves and our abilities. Constantly, the market is constantly reflecting where we are in our journey with skill development, in our business development, our personal development. So it's crucial to constantly learn and improve. The more confident you will become, and the more sales will occur, and the feedback loop will continue in a positive direction. Two subtle implications of positive and negative feedback loops. We'll start with the negative feedback. If one doesn't develop the confidence internally before they ever meet with the prospect, the anxiety will then come off on the call, and prospects will sniff this out a mile away. This anxiety will then lead to unhealthy existence inside and outside of the office, and it'll become exacerbated if you're not mindful of it, and if you don't work through it to correct it, potentially taking a toll on yourself and everyone around you. For example, if your prospects, if you have anxiety through whatever it is, whatever we went over, let's just say it's coming out, and you're not able to close prospects, you're not able to solve their problems, you're not able to make sales, it's going to create more stress at work, it's going to create more stress at home, and it's going to impact you in an unhealthy way, in a way that doesn't serve you. Versus if you're putting in the work, if you're developing the skills, and then that mindset, like we're talking about, reframing is the last piece really, is if one gets to a point of developing confidence where their inner self-talk is mostly, if not constantly, positive, the one's able to develop a mindset of knowing they'll figure out any issue that arises, i.e. confidence. So what's the point? The point is, if you have the I'll figure it out mindset, when you get thrown a curveball or there's some kind of challenge that's unique on a call, in a meeting, on a Zoom, wherever, you're going to come across as naturally calmer, more confident, more cool, and it'll resonate with the prospect. And they'll sense that you're in control of what's going on, and they're going to feel confident potentially, and the probability will rise significantly of the chances of them working with you and you being able to solve their problem. That's, of course, if they're a fit. And so this is, again, it's going to have a positive feedback loop, because you're going to be able to show yourself through your actions via your thoughts and emotions of closing sales and business deals and becoming more successful at what you do. So leading into this is common misconceptions in sales. After reframing our thinking, we can overcome any bias or common misconception in building a successful sales career. Granted, we put in the work and develop the skills. 7 common misconceptions in sales. Number 1, salespeople are born, not made. This couldn't be further from the truth. Sales is a skill, just like any other position, just like a craftsman's trade, just like you learning to ride a bike or whatever it is. You'll get better at it by doing, and it doesn't matter really who you are, as long as you continue to work hard towards it, most likely you'll be quite successful. Number 2, you have to be extroverted and uber confident man to succeed in sales. First off, I've seen many women throughout my 15-year plus career do quite well in sales and do phenomenally well financially and get promoted. And many women have taught me many great lessons on how to sell, about business, and have been mentors to me. And so you don't have to be, and you don't have to be outgoing, and really you don't have to be uber confident either. You can develop the confidence, and I think Alex Hermazzi says it best when he talks about outworking your self-doubt. So this is something that you can kind of take in stride as well. Sales are about persuasion and manipulation. Again, not true. It's about solving problems. Any business that just tries to manipulate and persuade people, they're not going to be, it's not possible to exist more than a few weeks. You have to be able to solve problems and adding value to people's lives. Number 4, you can't close a deal on the first call. Again, I've been fortunate enough to close a fair amount of deals on the first call, and it's a little bit more difficult, but if you get aligned with someone's buying cycle and you come off the right way and you have a lot of great evidence and you can add value to their business and what they're doing, that can definitely happen. Closing is the end of the sales process. It's just the beginning. So you're developing a relationship, and really your goal is to make everyone into a successful case study. So you just half-assing it after you close a deal just because you might have gotten some money is pointless, because what you really want is a great case study, them on video at the end of it saying how great you are, to attract other clients. And the more videos you have, the easier it gets. So it's in your own best interest to take the closing of the sale as the beginning, not the ending. It takes a long time to close a deal. Again, deals can be closed on 1 or 2 calls over the course of 1, 2, 3 weeks. It's happened to me. It can certainly happen for you, and doesn't necessarily have to be that way. Now, if you're dealing with multi-million-dollar contracts, obviously it's going to take several months to a year, maybe even a little bit longer than a year, maybe 2 years, if it's many millions, obviously. However, if you're dealing with proprietors, maybe owner-operators, people who there's less red tape, and it's less money, you can certainly close a deal in way less time. And number 7, sales are fast-paced and characterized by high aggression. The best salespeople I've seen are calm, collected, empathetic, caring, compassionate, and even if they cannot provide value to the prospect, they'll direct them to somebody who can, or a business that can, even if they can't, and or add value to them, even if they don't get any monetary gain from it. Because it's about all types of goodwill and building up and doing the right thing. So this again couldn't be more false. So that concludes part 1 of Selling the Transformation, and look forward to talking with you soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.